Morgan Housel once said something that sounds simple, but if you really understand it, it can save you years of stress and thousands of dollars. He said, "The biggest mistake people make with money is treating buying a house like an investment." Think about that for a second. Because most people right now are literally making one of the biggest decisions of their life, based on a spreadsheet. How much will it go up? What's the return? Is it better than renting? But what if I told you? You're asking the wrong question. What if the real question isn't, will this house make me money? But instead, does this decision actually fit the life I want to live? Because here's the truth nobody talks about. The same decision, buying a house, can be one of the smartest moves you ever make, or one of the biggest mistakes of your life. And the crazy part? It has nothing to do with the market, nothing to do with interest rates, nothing to do with timing. It has everything to do with you, your lifestyle, your priorities, your stage in life. And once you understand this, you'll never look at buying a house the same way again. Morgan Housel explains this idea in a way that most people completely overlook. He says, stop looking at housing like a spreadsheet and start looking at it like a mirror of your life. Because when you're young, your biggest advantage is not money, it's flexibility. The ability to move to a new city, try a new job, take a risk, start over without being stuck. You can literally wake up one day, decide your life needs a change, pack your bags, and go. No stress, no long-term commitment, no weight holding you down. And that freedom, it's worth more than any 4% return you think you're getting from a house. But here's where people mess up. They sacrifice that freedom for an investment that wasn't even that great to begin with. They lock themselves into one place, one city, one path, too early. And they don't realize it until it's too late. Then life changes. Maybe you get married. Maybe you have kids. And suddenly, that same freedom that once felt powerful starts to feel unstable. Now you don't want to move every year. You don't want uncertainty. You don't want to keep starting over. You want consistency. You want your kids to grow up in the same home, go to the same school, build real friendships that last for years. You want a place that feels safe, a place that's yours. And in that moment, buying a house finally makes sense. Not because it's going to double your money, but because it gives you something way more valuable: peace of mind. And this is the part most people don't understand. The value of a house is not just financial. It's emotional. It's psychological. It's about how you feel when you wake up every day. Do you feel free, or do you feel stuck? Do you feel stable, or do you feel uncertain? That's the real return. Now here's another powerful idea he talks about. If you're buying a house because you think it's a great investment, you're playing the same game as everyone else. And when everyone is playing the same game, the returns are average. Because anyone can buy a house. There's nothing unique about it. So why would you expect extraordinary results? Instead, he says, focus on playing a game that only you can play. Your skills, your creativity, your business, your ideas. That's where the real upside is. That's where you can win big. And this is where people get trapped. They're in a stage of life where they should be exploring, moving, taking risks, but they buy a house anyway. Why? Because they think this is a smart financial move. But instead of making money, they lose something much more valuable: opportunities. They can't move for a better job. They can't take risks. They can't adapt. They're stuck. All because they made a life decision based on the wrong reason. So the real question is not, is buying a house a good investment? The real question is, does buying a house fit the life I want right now? Because if it does, it's one of the best decisions you'll ever make. And if it doesn't, it can quietly hold you back for years. So after everything, here's what Morgan Housel is really trying to tell you. Stop asking, will this house make me money? And start asking, does this decision match the life I want to live right now? Because that's the only thing that truly matters. There's a phase in your life where freedom is everything, where moving, exploring, and taking risks is your biggest advantage. And there's another phase where stability becomes priceless, where one place, one home, one environment means everything. Neither one is better. But choosing the wrong one at the wrong time, that's where people lose years of their life. That's where they feel stuck, confused, like something is off. But they don't know why. So don't follow what everyone else is doing. Don't buy just because people say it's smart. And don't rent just because you're scared to commit. Make the decision that fits your life. Because in the end, a house is not just about money. It's about freedom or stability. And only you know which one you need right now. And now I want to hear from you. If you had to choose today, would you pick freedom or stability? Tell me in the comments. And if this made you see things differently, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more content like this, and share it with someone who's thinking about buying a house right now. Because one simple shift in perspective can save someone years of regret.